I don't know what I can and can't say, and I don't want to be very specific about how I know it, but I have very good reason to believe, and intel I'm very confident in, that as of today, Jessica Yaniv is purchasing a firearm.
Thank you so much, Blaire, for sitting down with me here today in LA. It's great to finally meet you. Would you be able to introduce yourself to our viewers, those of them who don't know who you are? Just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Blaire White. I'm 25. I'm from LA. I am a political and social commentator, a YouTuber, social media influencer, even though I don't like the term, and a public speaker, all of those. Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely the black sheep of the trans community, to put it very lightly and very mildly. And I came across the Jessica Yaniv story just because I saw everyone talking about it. It went viral. And immediately, because I do the kind of videos that I do, talking about trans topics, politics, everyone requested a video. And so I did it. And I basically showed all of the super disturbing messages from Yaniv to underage girls, the photos of them in the female bathroom, all the accusations everyone knows about at this point. And then I debated Jessica on my channel, if you can call it a debate. It was a dumpster fire of an interaction, to say the least. And now I'm very much invested in the story, even on a more personal level, because Jessica has doxed me. Yeah, so doxing is maliciously publishing someone's personal information, such as address or phone number, with the intent of them getting hurt, basically. And that is what Jessica and Yaniv did to me as a result of our heated interaction on my channel, and of me calling them out for being a pedophile, really. So Jessica, what happened is, I was on a live stream on my channel. There was 22,000 people watching. Of course, it had to happen while I was live with 22,000 people watching. And my phone number was leaked through an Instagram glitch. From there, people started calling me, texting me, and with my phone number, Jessica found my address and then used his alt accounts to spam the address in the live chat to, again, 22,000 viewers. As a result, I've had to take a bunch of security measures. Even to meet you today, I had to go down and get you because security will not let anyone up to my apartment right now. And yeah, Jessica is a malicious bully who will use any tactic to get back or hurt anyone they want. We see that with him abusing the Canadian laws to shut down businesses of female waxers and estheticians who do not want to wax his penis. And yeah, I'm going through a lot of stuff behind the scenes in regards to the doxing and police and all of that. But that's what's happening now. Yeah, it was really crazy. It was clearly rehearsed. I mean, this person clearly is not of sound mind to bring out an illegal weapon to a live stream of that live stream had 40,000 people watching. Instantly, of course, my supporters called the police because any reason to get him locked up. The police raided his house. He was arrested. And it's probably unprecedented, at least I've heard. The police actually found 4 illegal weapons in Yaniv's house. They didn't charge him with anything. I don't know why. I don't know why this person continues to escape the law and escape consequences for their actions. But yeah, so he had tampons, a taser, and hormones ready as props, basically. The other thing about him is that he loves the attention. So he loved the fact that he was going on my channel. And that did make me consider not platforming him in that way, but I felt as if it was more important to publicize him as a predator, and that sort of superseded, for me at least, his satisfaction of being famous or getting platformed. I mean, I don't think he's disabled at all. I haven't seen any ample reason for that. I don't know what I can and can't say, and I don't want to be very specific about how I know it, but I have very good reason to believe, and intel I'm very confident in, that as of today, Jessica Yaniv is purchasing a firearm, which I don't know how easy it is to do in Canada, but I know that that is something that is happening. And then picture that person having a gun next time a reporter wants to go to their house. I'm as pro-Second Amendment as they come, right? I don't personally want Jessica Yaniv to have a gun. like someone who wants to go in stalls with little girls and assault reporters whenever he sees them. So he keeps going back to the law, right? The law protects me. The law allows me to attack these businesses. The law makes it so I can get my dick and balls waxed. Like, but then in the same token, brandishes an illegal weapon, so against the law. So clearly there is a lot going on there. Like, it's just crazy. Well, I think even though it might seem hard, I think it is a bit important to remove sort of the trans aspect from the story, in the sense that, like, I personally do not feel Jessica Yaniv is trans. And I have a few reasons for believing that. The first reason is that trans women, regardless of what anyone thinks, are not comfortable with what is down there, to the point where they're throwing it to 10 different businesses to get it waxed, right? That's not a common thing. There clearly hasn't been any transition made there at all. I think anyone could tell that. And lastly, and this is something that I will show soon, I actually had a phone conversation with Jessica. And the entire time, so this was behind closed doors, a phone call. This wasn't on my channel. I referred to him as Jonathan the entire time, and using he and him pronouns. He didn't correct me once. So what that tells me is, behind closed doors, he's not interested in being called a female, or being referred to as such, or being referred to as Jessica even. The other thing is that Jessica claims to have legally changed his gender and birth name, right? Not true. I actually found that out. It's not true. And I didn't call that out previously, but I found out it's not true. He said in my live stream that there was like a form, and then it was very easy to change your name and gender legally in Canada, all this stuff. I did some research afterward. There actually is a doctor sign-off that has to take place. He didn't know that. He would know that if he had changed his gender, right? So to me, there is nothing that tells me the person is trans other than he says so, but that's not really good enough for me. But as far as what went wrong in the parenting, to loop back, I don't really know. The mother seems clearly unhinged as well. The mother was screaming in the background of my phone call with Jessica Yaniv, saying I was going to go to jail, all this crazy stuff, which, no, I'm not. I don't know. They're both psycho. My God. I mean, as an American, seeing the amount of times that Jessica has skated the law and escaped repercussions of any kind is shocking personally. One thing many people don't know about is that directly after my live stream, he was arrested, released, no charge for the illegal weapons, which wouldn't happen here. That's the first thing. The second thing is he self-reported to the police that someone sent him child porn. There's been no charges to my knowledge. The police have not acted upon that at all. That is shocking personally to me, just because in America that wouldn't fly. The other thing is, these laws, which are self-ID laws in Canada, which are basically, they're there to protect trans people, but they're clearly so loose that they do open the door for the Jessica Yanivs of the world to abuse them. And that's a problem, because that not only builds resentment towards actual trans people, right? It hurts people, clearly. I don't know personally what the end goal for Jessica Yaniv is. Is it just to shut down every esthetician in his area? Is it to prove a point? I think he thinks he's fighting some kind of good fight. But the delusions, I mean, I think people are maybe not even clear on how insane he is, because to me, anyone of a sound faculty would not even go on my channel to be humiliated in the way he was, right? Like, to pull out pads and tasers, there's something really unbalanced there, clearly, and I think it's much deeper than trans. It's 100% impossible. On my live stream, he actually stated that he's intersex, and that means he can menstruate. And he said that he has both this conversation is so explicit, but he said that he has a vagina and a penis, right? So the first thing is that that's actually impossible in humans. It's possible in other species, but it's not in humans. That's called a hermaphrodite. That's a myth. Intersex is real, but that's something very different. Intersex, for example, you can be born with a chromosomal or hormonal imbalance, and that's a form of intersex. You can be born with external testes and an internal uterus. That's intersex. You cannot have both sets of external genitalia, and you cannot menstruate, so that's a lie. I mean, I have personally made it my mission and goal, and it's not even just because of the personal of him doxing me and putting me at risk. I have made it my personal goal to see to it that he gets arrested for something. I don't know if the Canadian law is going to ignore all the pedophilic actions. Maybe they'll pay attention to the doxing. I don't know. But I have made it my personal goal to get him off of the streets legally. But really, though, I really think that there is no individual and no community that is benefited by Jessica Yaniv being able to do anything Jessica Yaniv does, right? Like, hurts children, hurts female business owners, hurts the trans community, all of the above. There's no benefit to Jessica Yaniv being anywhere but behind bars. I've heard a little bit about the case. I find it really insane that there would be government mandated transition. That's really strange to me because, you know, transition, even though it is the most effective currently method of dealing with gender dysphoria, it's still elective. It's not, you don't mandate that by the government. That's kind of terrifying. I've been very open about my feelings about transitioning at a young age. I don't think it's a good decision for anyone. I think two things can be true at once. There have been people that transition very young and they're happy and successful, and that's fine. But there also is a lot of cases of people regretting it. I think with the sort of explosion in the popularity of being trans, I personally witness all the time a lot of people online that are very young that maybe think they're trans, and I can personally spot from a mile away they're not really trans. So that's worrying. I think that the idea that you can decide whether or not you want to have a family and children in the future at age 12, 13, 14 is irrational. And I say that because you do become sterilized through hormone replacement therapy. I don't think anyone's equipped to make the decision about whether they want to reproduce when they're 20, 30, 40 at 12, 13. I certainly wasn't ready, and I'm trans. I personally am glad I transitioned as an adult. I felt like I was ready for it, and I don't think kids are ever ready for it, personally. Okay, so while we were doing this interview, Jessica Yaniv just posted a public apology to me, as it says. A public apology to Blaire White. See the attached video.
Blaire White, hey everyone, this is Jessica Yaniv here. Hey everyone, this is Jessica Yaniv here. And I have a statement in regards to Blaire White. Please see the attached statement, and I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.
And then he posted a huge letter saying, hey everyone, I realize I promised I would stay off social media, but this message is worth your time. I want to publicly apologize to Blaire White. I have seen the post Blaire made about me releasing her address, and they're very much correct. The producer I am working with did get me on a three-way call with Blaire, and he insisted that I do the right thing and apologize. What I did was terrible. Take care, everyone.
What's your response?
I mean, I think people maybe underestimate how disgusting it is to dox someone. People have died from being doxed. People get swatted from being doxed. So, I mean, I don't expect anything more or less from someone who's willing to shut down businesses and violate little girls. But, you know, it's just, it's interesting. I don't buy that he is sorry at all. I think it's just another attention grab.
Well, thank you so much, Blaire, for taking the time out of your day to do this interview with me. Would you be able to tell our viewers a little bit about where they could find you in case they're not already following you? What channels are the best place to do that?
Definitely YouTube is my favorite platform. Just search up Blaire White, you'll find me. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. Email me, send me a carrier pigeon, I don't know. You can find me.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you make sure that you're subscribed to The Rebel on YouTube? It really helps us out. We don't get any government funding like the CBC or the rest of the mainstream media. So when you subscribe to us, it helps us keep you up to date with the latest news.